What is up, guys? My name is Ari, and in this video we're going to be having a look at this channel right here. Bitcoin has been sitting in this parallel channel waiting for a breakout, and retail investors, institutional, don't really know where this is going. This thing has been bouncing back and forth since the 24th of September, the beginning of 24th of September 2024. So we've been consolidating right here for 2 days. And if we have a look right here on the longer picture or the longer time frame, on the daily time frame, we could see that Bitcoin is actually still making lower highs. And we did have a big red wick candle right here, and of course this made it officially a lower high, of course, unless we do break this current local top, which is sitting at 65,182. If Bitcoin does end up doing that, then we could obviously see a big swing to the upside, which would be $69,000. If we have a look at the heat map right here, we don't have much liquidation to be grabbed, actually. I mean, we do have a little bit, a few $billion right here, as you guys can see, but the real liquidations is sitting at $70,000, $6.18 billion. We also have one right here at $72,000. So obviously this is where the real money needs to be grabbed. I think Bitcoin needs to clear this. It needs to go out and pretty much liquidate all the shorts, pretty much wreck everyone, and that's about it. If we have a look at the fear of greed index right here, we could see it's currently sitting at 50, so pretty neutral for today. 50. Yesterday we were at 59 in the greed region, even though Bitcoin did dump yesterday, which is very, very interesting. So if we have a look right here, we could see that Bitcoin did have a red candle. So it's actually interesting that yesterday we were actually in the greed, today we're pumping, and we're currently sitting at 50. Let's have a look at some of the oscillators, such as the RSI. We could see right here that the RSI, or stochastic RSI, on the 4-hour time frame is looking to flip bullish right here. As you guys can see, this is the regular RSI. The last time we did have a nice little crossover, we did have a nice little pump right here. We came back, retested the moving average on the stock RSI before pretty much pumping and entering this massive, not massive, but pretty big consolidation phase right here on the 4-hour time frame. If we have a look right here on the daily time frame, we could see that the RSI, stochastic RSI, are looking pretty tired. It seems like they do want to come back down. And of course, that doesn't always necessarily mean that the price wants to go down, but most of the time that's usually what it means. So we're gonna have to see what happens here, because obviously we could see that stochastic RSI are still coming down, and we do have a green candle today. So obviously, historically, we know when we do have an all-time high, or we are overbought on the stochastic RSI, like we saw right here, we usually tend to come back down. So we saw right here what happened. We also saw right here what happened. We actually saw this double top, and we're seeing the same thing happening right here. So pretty much that's what's happening right now for Bitcoin. Overall, we are still in this channel on the daily time frame, and Bitcoin pretty much has been consolidating in this channel since the 29th of February 2024. Yes, that is actually a very, very long time. So almost a year, guys. Bitcoin has been in this parallel channel for almost a year, and we're gonna have to see if Bitcoin can pretty much break out of this zone very, very soon. Is it gonna be on the weekly time frame? Is it gonna be on the daily time frame? Who knows? We don't know. But what I do know is that we will see a massive, massive move very, very soon. And of course, we could see that the stochastic RSI are pretty much looking bullish. It looks like they do want to make a move to the upside. You guys can see right here, historically, when we are oversold on the RSI, we usually make a nice little move to the upside. We saw the same thing happening right here. Let me just zoom out real quick. We saw the same thing happening right here. Boom, came back down, consolidated, came back up, and now we're obviously in a massive, massive consolidation zone. So we're gonna have to see what happens in this weekly time frame. We could see that the daily candle does end in 3 days and 14 hours. Overall, this is a doji, so not the nicest candle. We're not seeing really so much action this week on Bitcoin. Yes, last week we did have a big action after the Federal Reserve did drop the interest rate by 0.5 basis points, and pretty much that's about it. Another indicator that I do want to talk about is this trend focus. Of course, this is an algorithm that I'm currently using. You guys can see right here that pretty much ever since we had this green candle, or this green nice little diamond, we pretty much have been bullish ever since. So obviously, until this thing flips red, I don't see this thing being bearish. I don't see Bitcoin being bearish anytime soon. The last time we had a green candle, a red candle, or a red diamond, Bitcoin pretty much went from 41,000 all the way down to $15,000. And of course, right now Bitcoin went from $26,000 all the way to 71,000. So of course, as long as this thing remains green and it doesn't flip red, of course you have to think that we're going to keep being bullish from here. And something else that I do want to talk about is the exponential moving average. It's also a very, very key indicator for me. You guys can see right here that the EMA ribbons are looking pretty bullish right here. So we know historically every time we are above the indicator or the exponential moving average, we actually do remain bullish. And of course, the lower time frame you will do, the more the less accurate it will be actually. And you guys can see right here that, you know, historically every time we are above it, we're bullish. When we're below it, we're bearish. So we could see right here actually that you could actually use this to your trade advantage. So right here we did have a nice little breakout to the upside. We did see a few gains, and then boom, we did close below to the downside. Boom, boom, resistance, came back down. That was an ABC pattern. As soon as we broke above and closed above it, boom, we saw a nice little move all the way from $62,000 to $70,000. The same thing right here, $63,000 to $71,000. This was a nice little fake out. And of course, right now we did have a nice little breakout right here from $60,000 all the way up to as high as $65,000. So you could actually use this to your trading advantage. It's up to you. Overall, guys, this is all I have to talk about. I mean, there's nothing really much to speak about on Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been quite boring, has been a little bit steady, consolidating. We're pretty much waiting for a breakout right here, whether it's on the 4-hour time frame or on the weekly, depending on, you know, what your main target is. But of course, taking a long right here at the end of the day wouldn't be so bad, and pretty much closing it at $65,000. Are you going to make that much money? Probably not. I mean, we're looking right here at a 2% gain. Unless you're playing with 50x leverage, I don't see this trade being worth it. I would probably wait for a breakout on the bigger time frame, such as the daily or even weekly time frame. If you guys do like this video, of course, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, leave a like, and I will see you guys in my next video tomorrow.